Denture family, how are you all doing this evening? I want to take my glasses off, sorry. Just because I wanted to show you guys I'm feeling better today, and got my teeth glued in good right now, and I put on a little makeup, so I did my hair, I did my face, and put a little lipstick on. So I just want to take my glasses off for a minute and show you guys just a little bit. It only took me like 10 minutes, but anyway, I didn't sleep very well last night, so I don't know why I'm so spry today. Every position I tried, I could not get comfortable. I just got tired of sleeping on my back for this vertigo, but I did manage to sleep on my right side, which is the side that I usually sleep on. For a little while, I was a little nauseated at first this morning, but then it quickly went away. Hold on, Shybug's coming over here. Shybug, I'm recording right now. Hold on, Shybug wants me to pick him up. Come here, Shybug. Okay. Alright, okay, we're on camera. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Say, thank you for the birthday love you gave me. Say hi. He always wants my attention when I'm on the camera, like I said. Today I've been kind of piddling around the house, so I really haven't sat or laid down all day, and so he didn't get enough snuggle time, I guess. Come here. I can't hold you like that. Come here. Oh, he's heavy. He's like, weighs like, I don't know, about 14.5 pounds, which with my back, I usually can't lift more than 5 to 10 pounds, maybe once a day. Anyway, so I'm going to try not to make this too long because I'm expecting a phone call from my baby girl. She's not really a baby anymore because she's almost 26. And my sister in Arkansas. So if I end the video real quick, it's because one of them called on the phone or one of them video called. Don't growl at your sister for coming over and kissing me. Stop. I'm sorry. He's not behaving. So I wanted to today just make this really quick video. I'm going to try to be quick, guys. With the things that I use to clean my dentures with, and what I use to keep mine in my mouth. I know I've said what I've used in a few videos, but we have some newbies that have been subscribing to me, and so I'm going to kind of give them a visual. I'm not going to take my teeth out. I just got them glued in, and I want to eat that leftover spaghetti that's been calling my name since yesterday. And since they're behaving and that sore spot is better today, I want to chow down on that spaghetti. Okay, so Charlotte lay down, so stay up here. And so anyway, let me show you what I use first to clean my teeth, okay? I have my little basket here. I'm in my main bathroom because my other bathroom was kind of just disarray right now, and I can't do a lot of the heavy cleaning, so I just didn't want to do it in there. So I'm going to do it in here. I like the shower curtain too. I love the beach. So, okay, so this is the toothpaste I use for my dentures. It's called Fresh and Bright. And I know the words are upside down and everything and backwards because of it being facing me. Anyway, Fresh and Bright. Now this comes with, when you get this, put this over here. It's not going to work. It comes with a toothbrush. And this is what the toothbrush looks like. Now, I don't like this toothbrush. It is very, very rough. When I first got my dentures and I first went to clean them, I used this and I didn't scrub very hard. And it was scrubbing off the gum part of my dentures. So without this white tissue stuff that the dentist put in, like I said, I don't know if I've had an official soft line yet. He just called it dental tissue to help my gums tolerate the acrylic on my gums. So he never said I'm giving you a soft line, never used those words, so I'll have to call and find out. But this is really rough, like really rough, like I almost scratched my finger, scratched the skin off my finger with it. So I use this to clean my sink when I'm cleaning my dentures, taking them out. and I get glue in the sink, I use it with some alcohol to clean my sink. So you keep those if you buy this toothpaste. Actually, it's not toothpaste. This is denture paste. Okay, do not put this in your mouth. Do not brush your gums with this. This is only for the dentures. Okay, you do not want to use that in your mouth. So I save this brush and I use it for my cleaning my sink. Okay, what I actually clean my mouth with when I first had my E-Day, of course I didn't brush my gums with a toothbrush probably for a couple of days. I just basically used the oral rinse and used like a soft baby washcloth. This is a toddler toothbrush, training toothbrush. It's very, very, very soft. It's got a cute little bear on it too. It's made by Orajel. And this came in a package with this little training toothpaste, Orajel toothpaste. Now, sometimes I use this, but this tastes like bubble gum. And, but this is a great thing to use on your tender, swollen gums gently. But I still use it. This is what I brush my gums with still. The toothpaste that I'm using now is I'm using AIM. I guess you can use any kind of toothpaste. I don't know if you're supposed to use any special kind of toothpaste on your gums, but that's what I use. I try to watch anything. I was trying to avoid fluoride because, and I don't need a fluoride because I don't have teeth, and because with Hashimoto's you're really not supposed to have, I guess, fluoride or whatever. So, but every toothpaste that I saw on the shelf, and my husband sees on the shelf, has fluoride in it. So that's what I use to brush my gums with. And I use a different toothbrush to brush my tongue with. It's a new toothbrush that the dentist had given me prior to having my teeth pulled. And it's soft. It actually says my dentist's name and phone number on the back. So this is really super soft. They gave this to me. And on the back it has a built-in tongue scraper. Okay, so when I get done brushing my gums and I rinse them out with water after I get done, then I use a little bit of AIM on this and brush my tongue and then scrape my tongue and then rinse my mouth out. Now, oops, sorry, I fell down there. Ugh. Okay, so, but before I can brush my gums, now, I start with all that in the morning before I put my teeth in. But when I'm taking my teeth out at night, what I do is, I didn't bring a cup in here, but you can use, I use a little plastic cup that's about probably 6 to 8 ounces. Probably about a little smaller than this size. It's probably about here. I just use a plastic cup that I can wash out and reuse. So I need a drink. My mug that hubby bought me, one of my favorite superheroes is Wonder Woman. She's like my #1. And so my husband always says I'm Wonder Woman. Hey, no one's ever seen me and Wonder Woman in the same room. Just saying. Anyway, so when I get ready to take my teeth out at night, now I've noticed when I just use the powder alone on the top, always on the bottom, by the time I'm ready to take my teeth out, because my dentist has been telling me to wear mine for 10 hours. Now, of course, I couldn't do that the first 4.5 months. I just got to where I could do that the last 2.5, 3 weeks. Especially when I was dealing with that dislocated jaw. When I got to put them back in, I could only wear them for anywhere from 3 to 5 hours before I had to take them out. So, anyway, but the powder does not keep my bottoms in at all. I use the Polident cream, and I'll show you all that. So I'm going to show you what I use too. So, as far as cleaning, so I have, where's it at in here? What did I do with it? Okay, so I have this salt shaker. Probably going to get a cuter one. But I have this salt shaker. The salt comes out really fast, so that's why I use that one, because in the kitchen I don't want the other one because I have to watch my salt intake. But anyway, so I fill this up with salt. I need to put some more in there. And I keep that in the bathroom, and I will put that in a cup now. You know, they tell you to use saltwater rinses when you first, you know, have E-Day and everything. You can use sea salt if you want. I have sea salt too. But I like this because it's really fine, and you know, I'm not going to swallow it. It's not like I'm swallowing it. It's not getting in my bloodstream like a ton of salt on my food or whatever. So I use salt water in a cup, about a 6-ounce cup, as warm as I can stand it. And make sure you don't get the water too hot because it will burn your gums and you can get blisters. One of my mistakes that I made, didn't test the water before I put it in my mouth. So, yeah, so just be careful. And with my fibro, sometimes things are hotter or colder than me, to me, and everything. Hold on, Tribud wants down, and I have to let him down a special way because he has discoloration in his back, and if I don't, then it will cause him pain. So hold on. Are you going to get down? Okay, you need to tell everybody goodbye. Say bye, guys. Say bye. I'm ready to go on my way. Are you going to be nice or are you going to be rude? Don't be rude. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Give me a kiss. Okay, I'll be right back in a second. I'm so sorry about that, and if I pause the video, then it will make me record another video. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, so I put salt water in a warm cup, and I rinse my mouth. And usually, my bottom one, by the time I take them out, if I wear them about 8 to 10 hours, the glue is pretty much already dissolved, and I can just push them out with my tongue. Now, for the first 4 months, 4.5 months, and I'm 5 months now, what did I want to say? I hate when that happens. Short-term memory loss. I hate that. I have a brain fog. Sorry. The first probably 3.5, 4 months, I was constantly having to go in there and glue throughout the day. Like, it felt like I would get my dentures in, and no matter what I ate, whether it was difficult or not, they would just come up in the middle of a meal, or they would come out. It was so frustrating. Like, oh, I'm not one that usually cusses, but I was getting pissed. And I would yell a couple of F words, and I don't usually cuss, and my husband would be like, honey, and I'm like, ah, you know? And I said, throw these things in the incinerator. So if you're at that stage and you're feeling that way, I get it, I understand. So anyway, so I didn't have to like really struggle like everybody to get it out. I was hearing people stories and watching videos like how hard it is to get the glue out or whatever. And at first I was using the Walmart adhesive. And then when that wasn't working after a couple months, I told my husband, I said, no, we have to do something different. And I had watched some videos from Bill, Cha-Cha, Sweet Lady V, Lillian Darling, Kathy Phillips, who else? I can't remember who else right now. And finding out what all the different types that they're using out there. I know that there is Fixident, Polident, Secure. Now, Denture Fit is not an adhesive. I have not tried it yet, but I am really seriously thinking about doing it. I've just been putting it off, like I said before, because of my ill-fitting dentures. And on the website it says, there's a disclaimer that says if you have ill-fitting dentures, it may not work. So, you just have to decide how ill-fitting they are. Mine are definitely fitting better since a lot of swelling has gone down, and what little bit of bone spurs I had, and the multiple sore spots I had are gone. Like I said the other day, I would just get a random sore spot. One time it would be on this side of the mouth, on the bottom, the time it would be over here. Sometimes it would be in the front and the bottom and on the top. I mean, just when I got one, another one would pop up. Because your mouth is always changing, and if you don't get them in right, you don't glue them right, and we all have days, even veterans, when you just don't get them in right. You're in a hurry, or you don't feel good, or you're tired. Your mouth's just being funky, I guess. Anyway, so, so also, the other thing that I use to clean my teeth well, I'm sorry if I jump around, I do have ADHD, but I usually eventually come back to the topic, so I'm sorry if that's annoying to anybody. If it is annoying to you and you think, oh my gosh, this girl talks so much, just get to the point, blah, 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 I can't help it. I have short-term memory loss. I have brain fog, I have Hashimotos fog, and sometimes I will just sit here and be like, what the heck was I talking about? So, if that annoys you and you don't like it, this is not the channel for you. I am not the one to teach you. And I'm still learning. So, anyway, so if I'm annoying, please, I'm not going to be mad, unsubscribe, or don't watch my videos and go to someone else like Bill Westland or someone else. Okay? And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, you know, I get it, you know. My family sometimes is like, okay, Mom, or okay, honey. But I can't help it the way I talk. I can't help it that my brain goes, squirrel, butterfly. That's just how God made me. And when I try to be like anybody else, which I don't really try to be like anybody else, but when I try like to keep things straight to the point, facts only, and not go off on my little tangents or stories or whatever. And I cannot control that my brain gets distracted. I cannot control that I have ADHD. Okay? And by the way, ADHD stands for adorable, delightful, hyper, and distracted. And Jesus loves me, and He created me this way. So there you go. Anyway, so one of the other things that I use to clean with is Effordent. This is just one my husband bought at the dollar store, but he usually gets the big pack at Walmart. And so at night, after I do the salt water, I do salt water to get them out. I rinse, let's just see what that Effordent looks like. And there's directions on the back how to do it. And I'll explain a little more in a minute. So what I do when I'm getting ready to take them out is I'll go in and get my cup of salt water, warm salt water, and I'll rinse them out. Usually my bottom one falls out right away. I usually don't barely have to switch. The top one, if I use powder, it will come out after a couple swishes. If I use a SEABOND in powder, it takes a little bit more. If I use Polident cream in the top like it's in the bottom, then it's in there. And it works good for me, so that's why I use Polident right now. Later down the line, I might have to use something else. Like I said, I've just avoided Fixodent because I've just researched a lot because of a chemical that it said it had in it, and I don't want to have any reactions. And I know a lot of people have used it, friends and family, and they're not having any reaction. But I do have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disease, and I do have MCS, multiple chemical sensitivity. So I'm sensitive to all kinds of things, even healthy foods, things in foods. I mean, you know, just different things, products, things, environment. Like, for example, today I wanted to go for a walk, right? Off the beaten path real quick, because here I go. It's probably not going to be short now. I'm sorry. So I wanted to go out and take a walk. But either someone was burning trash or there was a fire in our neighborhood. And that's something that triggers off a migraine for me in a heartbeat. So I closed those windows up so fast at the first moment I got the sense of smell that there was smoke or something in the air. It really stinks, because when people are barbecuing or bonfire, usually if they're doing a bonfire or if you have a neighbor who burns trash, and I don't live out in the country, but I have neighbors who burn trash. And I know that's an old school thing, and I know that my dad did it and grandparents did it when I was growing up. We lived out in the country, but guys, until I got an autoimmune disease and became multiple chemical sensitive, I didn't think about the chemicals and how they affect people. And I get violently ill when people shoot off fireworks, burn a bonfire. When there's a fire in town or way out, further out from my house, I mean, even in other states, and it gets in the air quality. And it's like I have to be in a plastic bubble. I have to close everything up. I have the air on right now, and I'm inside with the windows closed, because I didn't want to get a migraine and get sick. Anyway, back to my story, or my training session here. Okay. I also talk more and talk faster when I get nervous, and I don't know why I'm nervous, but I just get nervous. I can sit there and talk to someone one-on-one all day in private, and at a party, an event, whatever, talk to people all day long. But when it comes to training or public speaking, this extrovert gets really shy all of a sudden. So, yeah. So anyway, and I repeat myself because I have ADHD. Okay, so we all know I have ADHD, and we all know I'm a talker, and yeah, so, alright, so let's move on. So, I'll rinse with the salt water, rinse, rinse, and then the bottom one usually comes right out. And with the powder, it usually comes right out. Not a problem, I don't usually have to do anything. With the cream now on the top, once I rinse, and I may at a later time make a video to show you exactly. Just right now, it was huge for me to be on here yesterday with no teeth in. So, to actually have you come into my bathroom, in my personal space, and me show you while I'm cleaning, because I don't even like my husband or anybody in the bathroom when I'm trying to, because of the ADHD and the fibromyalgia, I get overwhelmed, and it's a small space, and I'm claustrophobic. So anyway, but I mean, even the cameras, you guys won't really be in the bathroom with me, but just when I'm trying to focus, and so yeah. So maybe at a later time I will show you, maybe a couple weeks or whatever. Maybe I'll get brave enough to do that. So when you use the cream, a really good cream, and your dentures in there good, do not try to take that thing out without using warm salt water, or warm salt water. And it's okay to keep swishing after your gums are healing, because salt water is good. It's good for you, for your mouth. If you have sore spots and everything, it's good. It helps heal your mouth. My oral surgeon was very impressed. She's like, man, your mouth is really clean. He was like, wow, your mouth is really clean. I think that's the first time anybody ever told me that. Even though I would brush my teeth and try to keep my mouth really clean all these years, I don't think I've ever had a dentist say, wow, no cavities in your mouth is really, really clean. I've heard, oh, you have an abscess, or oh, that tooth has got to go. And even when I wasn't really feeling pain in that tooth. So anyway, so what I do is I rinse with the warm water, and usually, like I said, mine will dissolve enough where it'll come out. If it doesn't, which is usually when I use the Poligrip cream, because now I'm getting a better suction. Even though they're too big, I'm getting a better suction with the Poligrip cream. I know that kind of makes sense, but it kind of doesn't. So if I don't get enough glue, it'll fall straight down. But when I put that Poligrip cream in there, it sticks in there good. So what I do is I rinse, and I'll put my head down. That's why I keep putting my head down. I'll put my head down like this and let the water go to the top. And then I'll just hold it for a few, I'll probably count to like 30. And then if it's not coming out, when I push my tongue, or if I barely go like this, and it's not coming out, then what I'll do is I'll swish again and hold it for another 30 seconds, And then if you can Google it online. If you stick your finger in there, like that, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want my teeth to come out, because I want to eat. You go like that, and you push up a little bit on the back of your teeth, that back of your denture will come loose. When that comes loose, don't try to just pull it out. Especially when you have swollen gums, it's hard to get your fingers in there, because you have swollen gums and you have this big old plastic prosthetic in your mouth, as I like to call it, your Mr. Ed teeth, and that's what it feels like to me. And especially if you have stitches, oh my gosh, that hurts, because my dentist had me using adhesive when I still had stitches in, but I made the choice not to until the stitches were out after the first time I put it in, because I thought they were going to rip out. But anyway, so what you do is, once that back part comes loose, and you can lean down again, swish again with some water, hold it in there, and then if you can, get your hands in there, okay, and you just kind of rock it gently back and forth, and you'll feel it start to come loose. Don't force it. Don't get mad and be, screw it. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself, especially if you have swollen gums. Just keep rinsing, and I guarantee you, if you rinse with warm salt water, usually they'll pop out. Now, if they don't, what I do is, it's over here, you get a drink of water. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, a trick that I learned, because everything I drank was coming straight out. I mean, my dentures were coming straight out of my mouth every time I tried to drink, and water was going everywhere, even with this straw. I learned that if you, especially if you're drinking with a mug cup, if you bite your cup when you drink, what happens is your tongue comes up, so your liquids don't go up underneath your bottom denture and push it out. Your tongue comes up, so it just flows down your throat. So you go like this. I don't know if you could see. I rest my top denture right inside my cup there, and my bottom here, and I tip the cup up, and it just goes right down. So let me see if I can do that. You can get your lips on it too. So kind of. No mess. See? When I first tried to drink, everything was just coming right out of my mouth. It was just everywhere. Okay, so if just the salt water is not working, what you can do, either before you do the salt water or after, is mouthwash. Now, this mouthwash right here, I like it because it's alcohol-free, but the other thing I don't like about it, it's a Walmart brand, is I noticed the other day, it's turning my tongue blue. So I didn't want to soak my dentures in it when I occasionally, I'll soak my dentures in, not occasionally, daily soak them in mouthwash for a few minutes. I'll explain that in a minute. So, you might want to use Crest or something else, but this one is anti-gingivitis, anti-plaque. Well, of course, we don't have to worry about that because we don't have teeth, but, and I just use salt water to rinse my mouth after I eat and stuff like that, and I use a breath mint to freshen my breath. I use the mouthwash when I brush my gums, and, but I use like a mouthwash strip in my mouth or a mint or something if I want to freshen my breath between meals. And I just rinse my mouth with not salt water, just warm water, because if I do a salt water, it come out. So, and I'll get back to the mouthwash. Also, when you clean your dentures, after they're brushed and they're cleaned with whatever you choose to clean them with, if you have a good mouthwash that won't turn them blue, you can put a little bit of mouthwash and water in your denture cup and soak them in that, and to freshen them up. Now, get you some denture cups. Oops, I brought something else. Mine for my dentures are white. I don't like my teeth to touch when they're not in my mouth. So I have two white ones in my other bathroom that I keep my dentures in, one for the top, one for the bottom. This I keep my Efferdent tablets in to clean them, because I usually use these every night, and you just take them, and I use, now you can use hot water. I know some things, websites, and Google says not to use hot water, but you can ask Bill Westland and several of the other denture wearers in the community. You can use hot water. What you don't want to do is boil them, because if you boil them and boil them and boil them or something like that, they can, I guess, melt and stuff like that. So I use hot water, and I put it in my denture cup, and then I use one tablet in each basin, because I don't put mine together. But now if you just want to use one and you want to put both your top and your bottom plate in here, you can. And then you fill it with hot water, drop one of these in, wait like a couple seconds or so, and then drop your dentures in. I use one for the front, one for the top, one for the bottom, and everything. I'm making a mess over here. Now, but what I do first, after I get my dentures out, and like I said, you can use mouthwash and warm salt water. That should help your dentures come out easy without any whatever. And then, of course, you take your toothbrushes that I showed you earlier with your toothpaste and brush your gums and brush your tongue. And then rinse your mouth and then rinse it out with mouthwash and everything. And then if you have sore spots, put some Orajel in there or whatever. Now, this is the brush that I use. It's called a denture brush that I use to clean my dentures. It is not as rough as that other one that I showed you earlier. I like this one much better. It has a little rubber pick to get through between your teeth. I really haven't had a lot of problem with anything sticking in my teeth, which is really cool. But like I said, I drink a lot of water anyway. I always have water 24/7, around the clock. I don't drink hot beverages with my teeth in because they aren't as snug as they should be. And I don't have denture fit yet. I haven't tried it yet. They come out. The hot liquid. So when I eat soup, I usually eat soups without my teeth in. Unless it's a chunky soup where you have to eat, and I usually let it cool way down. Excuse me, sorry. And I automatically let my food cool down because I still haven't got out of the habit, or not the habit, I still haven't got used to that I can eat food hot and cold without them hurting my teeth. I have to remind myself. So this is what I brush my dentures with. And, you know, you brush the inside, and then you brush your teeth just like you normally brush your teeth, except for you're brushing the inside. I brush them with warm, hot water, and then I rinse them in hot water, and then I rinse them in cold water before I glue them when I'm going to put them in my mouth. Found out from Bill the other day, Bill Westland the other day, that something interesting, maybe that's one of my issues that I've been having, is when you do rinse your teeth with hot water or warm water, it expands them. Well, they don't change shape. Your mouth changes shape while you're healing, but they will expand a little bit because they're material. So if you have washed them or rinsed them with hot water, make sure you rinse them with cold water and cool them down before you put them in. Plus, I found out if you do that, your glue is not as messy. Okay, your adhesive dental glue. Okay, so so that's the brush that I use, and you can buy it at Walmart, and it's just a Quake brand. That's the brush I love to clean my dentures with. Now, you can, with the Dent, you can put your dentures in the cup with this for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever. When I take my teeth out at night, I just soak them all night in this, whether it says overnight or not, because you can use the regular one. You don't have to buy the overnight one to soak them overnight. So I just take them out of my mouth, rinse them really good, get the glue off. You know, you can use your brush if you want to get the glue off. I usually don't have to. And then I stick them in their little cups with the Dent tablets and let them soak. Once a week. Now, I haven't eaten a lot of stuff like cherry pie or blueberry pie with my teeth in, or stuff that would coffee. I'm a tea drinker, and I drink decaffeinated tea because I'm sensitive to caffeine. Now, I can have chocolate, but I gotta monitor how much because it's got caffeine. I drink my tea in the morning or at night after I've taken my teeth out. But my friend Kathy, when I first started watching videos, I was watching some of her videos, and another girl, I can't think of her name, I think it's Destiny Nicole is her name. And she's seen the products, they did videos of products that they use. And so I bought this stain away, just in the event that I should get a stain, and I liked what Kathy said about it. And it, I use it once a week. Instead of using my Dent tablets, I use this. And sometimes if I get too lazy to open the packets of the Dent, I use this. Now, you don't have to buy this, and you don't have to buy the Dent. You can use one or the other, or you can use the one daily and one once a week. That's what I choose to do. It's totally up to you, you know, because this stuff can add up and it can get expensive. Okay, so that's what I use to clean my teeth with. Now, how do I clean that stuff out of my mouth? After the dentures are out, I gotta stand up for a minute with my back. Sure. I have to walk for a minute, and we'll come back in the bathroom in just a minute. I'll go back in there in a minute with my little, hold on, I'm going to turn a light on in here. Sorry. I'll go back in there in a minute, but my back was hurting sitting there. Maybe I'll just go get my stuff and come back in here. I don't know. Anyway, just let me stretch out for a minute. So, you can use one or the other, like I said. I'm sorry, my train of thought, man. I got so much on my mind to tell you guys, and I wrote notes, but I just probably need some calories, so I'm probably getting a little hypoglycemic here. So I have to eat something. I haven't eaten dinner yet. So, to get the glue out of your mouth. Oh, Zozo girl, are you coming up here with me? You want to say hi now? Say hi, everybody. Say hi. You know you're not supposed to be on the bed, are you? Are you supposed to be on the bed, though? No, you're supposed to be on the bed. No. Say hi, everybody. That's my princess, and she's wanting to lick me like crazy. Don't stop. So, anyway, to get the glue out of my mouth, I continue to rinse my mouth with warm salt water and mouthwash. This is before I brush, because I don't like to get all that gummy stuff in my toothbrushes. Don't make the mistake I made. One day when I had first used the Polident cream on top, I decided, you know, I got nails now, and I didn't have nails before because I used to bite my nails. And I don't bite my nails anymore, which is one other plus with having dentures. I don't bite my nails anymore. So I was just, you know, when you get that, and you're like, oh, I just got to get that out. It's gross. I want to get it out. And I took my thumbnail, and the glue was coming out. I was like, oh, good, this is working, right? The next morning I got up, and the roof of my mouth was hurting. And I told my husband, my mouth hurts. Something's wrong. I don't know what's going on. And he's like, let me check it out. So he gets a flashlight, and he goes, oh, you have like, he goes, like abrasions? I'm like, I go, yeah, it feels like someone took sandpaper. And then he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, did you use your toothbrush without toothpaste? I'm like, no. He's like, you didn't accidentally use the denture paste, did you? I said, no, I didn't. And I said, so I was thinking about it, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, what? I said, I used my fingernail. And he says, yep, you scratched your gums. So I had to have my teeth out for about 3 days till they started healing up. I had to put vitamin E in there. So do not take your nails. Plus, our nails get bacteria. I keep mine really clean, but do not take your nails and pick that stuff out of your gums, especially if you're really new in your journey and recently had ED, because you will get an infection. So I made that mistake. Don't do that. Okay? Do not do that. Because that's not good. And so then you use mouthwash and use salt water, and that'll get the majority of the glue out of your mouth. Then I like to take a paper towel. Now I've heard there's something called denture wipes. I have not used them yet. I have used a baby washcloth, a really soft baby washcloth. You can find them in the baby department in stores. They're really soft. They're different. They're softer than a regular washcloth, but you could use a regular washcloth if you want. But I like to take paper towels, and I fold it up till it's kind of thick and it's like a square like that. And I wet it, and I put a little mouthwash on it, and you could just massage the top of your the roof of your mouth. And if you're not real sore up there, you can do that, depending on where you are in your healing journey, how much pressure you use. But I just use that, and I wipe out the glue, and I get the majority of it out that way. And then, you know, and then I can take my brushes and brush, and then do my mouthwash, and I'll be done. It only takes a few minutes. I know it sounds like a long process, but it's really not. You just have to be patient. It really doesn't take a lot. It probably takes me to get my teeth out and get the glue out maybe 15 minutes top, if I have some hard areas where the glue's not coming out. But like I said, if you use the powder or the SEABONDs, and I'll show you what those are if you don't know. For those that don't know, it just pills out. But, you know, it's just something you're going to have to deal with. It's gross. It's just something you're going to have to deal with. You know, you're going to deal with it. Also, when I put my teeth in and I glue them in, if I accidentally get a little too much glue, I take Q-tips and I just will go inside, because sometimes it comes out on top of my teeth, and I'll just kind of swipe that and swipe that. And it'll get on the under my tongue right there. I'll have a big wad, so I'll just like wet it in some warm water and get it off. Or I'll take the wet paper towel and I'll just wipe, I'll fold it, wet it, swipe on the bottom and swipe on the top and everything like that. And then I'm out the door or whatever. So that's how I get the glue out. And it sounds like a process, but it's really not that hard, and it's much easier than, you know, and I just, you know, my little brain, ADHD brain started going. I'm like, okay, how can I, and I hadn't seen any videos about that prior to today and in my journey. Now, there may be some out there because I have not watched everybody's videos. I'm still going back to people's beginning of their journeys, and there's like 3 or 4 people that I have watched more of their videos than others right now. Because I just been overwhelmed with my health. I mean, I wish I could sit there and watch everybody's videos all day long and whatever. But now let me go back in and show you what I use to glue them in with and explain to you how I do that. Come on, we're coming out. Come on, we'll come back in here and we'll cuddle after I get done with my video. Okay, guys? Come on. All right. Okay. All right. The baby's out there because I didn't want them to have an accident if they, I mean, they're potty trained, but, you know. Okay, so let's see, what do I use to glue my teeth in with? Okay, so this is the Polident cream. And the one I use is called Super Strong All Day Hold Poligrip Denture Adhesive Cream. Extra care, seals out food particles, helps prevent gum irritation, and it's zinc free. That's very important, especially if you have Hashimoto's. That's another reason why I use this particular. And years ago I heard that the Fixodent, they had zinc or something in it. So I use the zinc free because of certain health issues that I have. It's important that because when I pick products too, I have to take in the fact that I have this life-saving thyroid medication I take, and there's a lot of things that I can't use, or a lot of things that interact. So that's what I use on the bottom, and you can, and I use it on the top too. When I'm going to be gone out of town, like sometimes we have to go to Las Vegas because we live 2 hours from Las Vegas, about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Vegas. Let's go up there for doctor's appointments sometimes, and I have friends up there, and every now and then, when I'm up to it, my husband gets a day off, we'll just go up there for the day and just go look around at stores and, you know, just look at stuff. Have dinner or whatever, or celebrate an anniversary or something. So that's what I use in the bottom, and you can use it on the top too. So I use it, like I said, when we go on a trip or out of the house, or if we're going to go to a restaurant. We haven't been to too many restaurants other than Del Taco. That's basically the only restaurant that I've been to. I'm hoping to go to Subway soon, and I'm hoping my 25th wedding anniversary is, gosh, less than a month now. It's on the 6th of December, and I'm hoping to go to my favorite steakhouse and attempt to eat steak. But it just depends on what's going on. Zoe, stop. And so, anyway, you can use it on top and bottom, and it works. The only thing that I found that works for my ill-fitting denture in the bottom, because if you go to my, I posted a video last night, and then I posted one a few days before that one, and I actually have pictures in there of what my bottom denture looks like on the inside, the stuff that the dentist put in there that I'm not sure if it's a reline or whatever. I should have just asked. I just had so much going on, but I'm going to be calling them and asking them, because I will be making an appointment, because at this point I'm thinking about getting recast still, even though my teeth fit much better. And today I notice I'm talking much better. My lisp is not as bad. I have a SEABOND in the top, a full SEABOND today, and powder, and I got it in there really good, and that spot doesn't bother me, so I got it in there good today. And I put a little extra powder today, so that's what I use. and they have all kinds of other, if you Google denture adhesive, it'll show you all the different types. Now, somebody told me the other day, I think it was Cha-Cha, she uses Secure. I can't remember if, I don't think Bill uses any adhesive. Some people don't use adhesive. I hope to get to that point eventually. But if you have very sensitive gums, like I do, you most likely might have to use adhesive all your life as long as you're a denture wearer. So that's what I use, Polident. Okay, you can get it at Walmart. You can buy it online. The other one I use, Super Poligrip Denture Adhesive Powder. I love this stuff because it's so easy to get out. It dissolves, and you wouldn't think that it would hold. Now, it does not hold my bottom denture at all. I've tried a SEABOND in the bottom and this. The bottom denture is just like, no way. So, my bottom denture, she's a diva. She has a mind of her own, and my day right now is controlled by a Miss Thing. That's what I call her. Miss Thing will cooperate. So, for the top, this works great. And this is what I usually use every day. Unless we're going to go somewhere and be out for a long time. Because I can eat and this will hold. But eventually, after eating and moving, eventually this dissolves and it comes out. With this, I feel a little more secure if we're going to be out. If we're going to be socializing or out for a longer period of time. I just feel more comfortable with that in the top. Although I really do hate when I use this and getting it off the top. I really hate that. And that's just something we have to deal with. There's no way around it. Okay? I read this story, or somebody was saying something in a video. It might have been Bill. But I also read something online that this one guy, he used peanut butter for his dentures. That's all he used. I couldn't imagine that everything would taste, because I tried eating some almond butter and peanut butter with my dentures in. I couldn't do it. I was like, no, if I'm going to eat peanut butter or almond butter, I'm just going to do it by the spoon or put it on some Ritz crackers, because Ritz crackers actually dissolve in your mouth. So that's it. And like this morning, I had cottage cheese, Ritz crackers. I actually ate turkey meat today without my teeth in. But I had to let it kind of get all mushy. But I actually ate turkey meat, roasted turkey. Like the sandwich deli slices. Okay, so the other thing I use for gluing. Now, my dentist always tells me, oh, SEABONDs don't work, and I have other people that say they do. I got them because a guy at my husband's work said that they work amazing. Well, because I was getting all kinds of sore spots, and at first I tried using this, and on my sore gums, fresh from extractions, this did help cushion them. It didn't help them stay in my particular case, but it sure did soften the dentures. And this is before he ever put the dental tissue in there. And it's not like, when you say tissue, I'm not saying soft tissue. It's a hard white stuff that he put in there. When you first put it in, it's kind of cushy, and then it hardens up, and it's hard. But for some reason, my mouth tolerates my dentures better with that stuff that he put in there, that dental tissue, than just the regular acrylic. Hopefully when I get my permanents, you know, whatever, I think my battery's going to die, so let me get my charger here real quick. I thought it was fully charged when I started. Let me see, where's my charger? Hold on. Unplug it. I didn't mean to be on here so long, guys, but I had a lot to cover, so hold on. And hopefully I won't lose you guys while I'm doing this. I wanted to do live, but it says my phone can't do live right now. I guess my model of phone or whatever. So, I gotta hold this now because I'm on the charger and I don't want to turn the phone sideways. So, this one's kind of shaped like a U. Now, if you have a good, what I call a trough or a gutter in your bottom denture, or this would probably work really good as an adhesive. Some people I know say that it does, but I don't really have much of a trough. I have about this much trough on this side, and it flattens out toward the back, and then I have a trough in the front. And I had no ridge at first because of the way the teeth were missing, but now this is balanced out, so now I have a little bit of a ridge now. So I was really having a bad issue where my denture would not go up flush against my gums. That was one of my issues. It not only was lopsided on one side because I have more jawbone on one side than the other, not drastic enough to have it shaved, but and I had this gum had been, these 4 front teeth where my bridge was that had been attached to my other teeth had been gone for 20 something years. So I think it was 23 years. So that had, you know, the bone loss and everything up here. So you had no ridge here. You have uneven, one side bigger than the other, flat. So on this side, then you have a little ridge, and then you go here, and then it's just flat. And if you see that one video, 2 videos back, it'll be 3 after this one. That's why I think these don't adhere. But when I got sore spots, because I had certain spots in my dentures, just certain areas that were either the side that sits on the side or either down on the bottom. And so I would cut these in the shape that I need them, however big I needed them, and put them in my denture. And then take my finger with a little water on my finger, or get a little spray bottle. I usually just hit my finger and put it where I needed it, just like little patches. Like, you know, when you guys cut themselves when they're shaving, or women, we used to when we cut our legs shaving, we would just take a piece of toilet paper, whatever size we needed, and patch it. So I would make little band-aid patches in my bottom denture. Because at first I wasn't having a lot of problems with the top one. And the spot that was bothering me, and then I would put my cream, Polident cream on top. That's what I would do, that. Now, these top ones, these things are huge. Like, I don't know if anybody has a mouth that big or teeth that big, but these things are like huge. So it says on here that it says place dry SEABOND seal onto dry. It says place SEABOND seal. Sorry, my camera cut off, so I had to make another video. What it's doing is it's telling me my storage is full. I still haven't emptied my phone out, and so it'll stop the video after a certain length of time, go into my SD card, and then I have to record another video, and then I have to splice them together to make one video. Okay, so it says place dry SEABOND seal onto clean dry denture. Trim any overflap with scissors. If seal bunches in back, cut a second V in back. Once size is right, trim all seals and packets to match, and that way it makes it easier for you. Well, it's really too big for mine, so I have to do a lot of cutting. Usually what I do with this, except for today I used a full one, usually because I have one area, which is close up front here, just right inside, that there's a rough spot on my top plate, and he put tissue, you know, he covered the whole thing, but it must have came off, and there's this one spot that's rough that feels like someone just took sandpaper on it, and that's what's bothering that sore spot. So I usually cut a patch there. The problem is when I just cut like a band-aid patch, it really melts good, and it's hard for me to get out. So I said today, since my gums went down, because when your gums are swollen and you put that in your dentures, it kind of makes your mouth feel fuller, depending on how much swelling you have. So what I did today and the other day is I actually cut it down to the size of the inside of my top denture, and then put my little water on it, enough to get it wet where it adheres. And then I take my Poligrip powder that I showed you guys earlier and sprinkle that on there, get it all coated, and then shake off the excess. And if you don't get enough, you can just sprinkle a little more water, put more powder on everything. It's a little messy, it gets a little slimy when it gets wet, but this stuff doesn't drip down your throat. Lately, and I think it's because my top plate has been too big, when I've been using just the cream, this has been dripping down my throat. And, you know, I don't put it all the way in the back, on the top plate, like to the edge, because, you know. So, today I did powder, and I haven't ate a whole bunch today, but, yeah. So, anyway, that's what I use to glue mine in for now. It may change. After I use Denture Fit, I may not have to use glue or whatever. Anyway, what I was going to say was, it would be really nice if they could create some type of liner that was made out of some kind of a soft, flexible material that sat inside your dentures that gripped your gums. Maybe that's what DentureFit is. I don't know. I'll have to try it. I'll have to ask Bill. Anyway, so that's the way I clean and what I use to put in my dentures. That's what I use. And that's the best that I can explain everything. Maybe I will eventually do a video if someone needs more information in showing how to do that, how I do it. But I think there's others out there that do it. But you just have to find what works for you. And just be patient. I mean, this is a lot. For those of us that aren't high